All right, today we're going to pull back the curtain and see how a piece of software is actually born. We're talking from a simple idea all the way to a published project that anyone can use. And to do that, we're going to follow the creation of a command line number guessing game, step by step. It's going to be fun. Let's dive in. So, really, how does a project like this begin? You might be imagining some super complex blueprint or maybe this big aha moment of genius. But the truth? It's usually way, way simpler. It all kicks off in a surprisingly quiet and pretty empty space.
Yep, that's it. I'm not kidding. A single empty folder. Every massive software project, every app on your phone, it started just like this. One new folder on a computer. This is ground zero. This is our blank canvas. And from right here, we're going to build everything.
Okay, so our very first job is to take this lonely, empty folder and turn it into something the programming world can actually recognize as a project. We got to give it an identity.
And we do that with a super important file called package.json. Now, the best way to think about this file is like it's the project's ID card and its recipe list all rolled into one. It tells the world, hey, this is my name, this is my version, and crucially, here's all the stuff I need to run. This little file, it's the foundation for our entire game. So now that we've got a project, the good news is we don't have to build everything from scratch. That would take forever. Instead, we can use these amazing pre-built toolkits or libraries that other developers have already made and shared. It saves a ton of time and, let's be real, a lot of headaches. And for our little number guessing game, we only need 3. Yep, just 3. These guys are going to handle all the interactivity, the color, and even a little bit of animation. That means we get to focus on the fun part, the game logic itself. So let's break down what each one does. First up, we've got Inquirer. And this is the heart of our game's interaction. It's this awesome tool that lets us ask the player a question, like guess a number. And then it just neatly grabs their answer for us. Without Inquirer, we'd have no way to get the player's guess. It's absolutely essential. Next on the list is Chalk. Look, a game with just plain white text. It works, it's fine. But color makes everything so much better, right? Chalk lets us easily make text green when you get it right, or red when you're wrong. It's such a simple touch, but that clear, instant visual feedback, it makes the whole experience way better for the player. And finally, for a little extra pizzazz, we're grabbing Chalk Animation. This library is just for fun, really. It's going to create this cool animated rainbow effect for our welcome message. Is it totally necessary for the game to work? Nope. But does it add that layer of polish that makes the whole thing feel, well, complete? Absolutely. All right, tools are gathered. It's time to get our hands dirty and build the actual brains of our game. And here's a pro tip for any coding problem. The best way to tackle it is to break it down into the smallest, most manageable pieces you can think of. And for our game, when you really boil it all down, it comes down to just 3 core tasks. That's it. First, the computer has to generate a secret number. Second, we ask the player for their guess. And third, we just compare those 2 numbers. Seriously, that's the entire core of the game, right there. And that comparison, that's everything. It's how we give feedback. If your guess is higher than the secret number, we tell you too high. If it's lower, we say too low. And if they match, boom, you got it. It's that simple, clear feedback that makes the whole thing work. Okay, that core logic is great and all, but right now it only runs one time, and that's not much of a game. To make it feel like a real game, we need to add a couple more key ingredients. We need some stakes, and we need it to be replayable. So first up, the stakes. To actually make this thing a challenge, we're going to give the player a limited number of tries. For this game, let's say 3 lives. This instantly adds a sense of urgency, right? And it gives us a clear way to lose. Next, we need to make it so you can guess more than once. We do this by wrapping our main logic in what developers call a game loop. It's pretty simple. It asks for a number, checks if you're right, and if you're not, it takes away a life and then does it all over again. This just keeps repeating until you either guess the number or you run out of lives. But what happens when the game is over, win or lose? Well, the final touch, the thing that makes it really replayable, is to just ask the player, hey, want to play again? If they say yes, we just reset the lives, pick a new secret number, and the whole fun starts all over again. It creates this awesome continuous loop of play. So there we have it. The game is built, it's fun, it works, but right now it's trapped on our computer. The final step, and honestly, maybe the most exciting one, is to share it with the world, to publish it so that anyone, anywhere can play it.
And the way we do this is by using something called NPM, which stands for Node Package Manager. Honestly, the easiest way to think about NPM is like a gigantic public app store, but for code. It's where developers from all over publish their projects and tools, making them available to everybody else with just a single command. And you'd be surprised how simple the process is. Right from your project's terminal, you just log in, you change the version number in that package.json file we made at the very beginning, from 1.0.0 to 1.0.1, and then you just type npm publish, and poof, it should be live for the world. Should be. But, well, it's rarely that smooth, is it? Because, in the real world, things go wrong. And sure enough, the very first time our creator tried to publish this game, it failed. Other people tried to download and run it, and it just crashed. So, what went wrong?
Well, it all came down to one tiny, tiny detail. A single line inside that package.json file, the line that points to the main game file. It was just forgotten. And that's such a crucial lesson, right? In software, the smallest little mistake, the tiniest oversight can bring the whole thing crashing down. The details, they really matter. But after fixing that one little line and updating the version, the next attempt to publish worked like a charm. Success! The game was officially live on NPM. With one single command, anyone, anywhere in the world, could now download and play the game that started its life as just an empty folder. And that's the whole journey, right there. We went from a totally blank slate, we gathered a few simple tools, we put together some basic logic, and we even overcame a classic real-world problem to share something with the entire world. It just goes to show you, building software, it isn't some kind of magic. It's a process, a series of steps. So I guess the only question left is, what will you bring to life next?